I've been writing on my income. I've been writing on your income for 10 years, being a stay-at-home mother.
I just want gender roles to switch. I just want the primary parent role to switch. That's all I want. And yeah, because I don't think half you men understand how stressful it is.
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a 10 seconds video that has gotten stay-at-home mom and women in general talking. So in this 10-second video is a video of a stay-at-home mom recording her husband telling her that for the past 10 years she has been living off his pocket, and he sounded angry about this. I need you guys to see this 10 seconds video, then we'll talk.
Think you're justified.
I've been what?
I've been doing what for 10 years? You've been writing on my income. I've been writing on your income for 10 years, being a stay-at-home mother, which you wanted me to.
Let me know what you think about that video down in the comment section. Please go ahead and share your thoughts about stay-at-home mom. What do you think about them? Do you think that they deserve it? Like probably they should have put in more work and all that. Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. This got a lot of women talking, a lot of stay-at-home mom, or was stay-at-home mom, but women were talking. Let's go hear their own thought on this, then we'll come back and talk.
I've been what? I've been doing what for 10 years? You've been writing on my income. I've been writing on your income for 10 years, being a stay-at-home mother, which you wanted me.
I feel like there's a lot of stigmas when people post videos like this, but I really want to thank this creator because it has sparked so many big conversations that women are having amongst each other as to how to get out of situations like this. Stay-at-home mothers often don't get enough recognition and are usually overlooked within the relationship. Not only are they childcare providers, but more often than not, they are taking on other roles within the household as well in order for things to run smoothly. They are chefs, therapists, cleaners. They plan most events that the family does together. They are the ones that usually remember important medical information about children. They are first responders in emergencies when it comes to the family or their children. Stay-at-home moms are also the first to introduce languages and other important life skills to their children from a young age. And if they have a partner who is working or is in school, usually they take on most of the work within the household or even beyond that to ensure that their partner does well and succeeds. And you'll find with men like this that they usually can't concentrate on anything other than work. It's the reason why they can't help out within the household. And that responsibility solely falls on the stay-at-home parent. And what's amazing to me as stay-at-home moms is that usually most of the time you're doing this while bleeding, while having postpartum depression, while having other symptoms that come with having children or just being a woman in general. And after years of this, you realize that you've invested in someone who doesn't really appreciate anything that you do for them. And even if you were to get a job because they say that you don't help out or that you're riding on their coattails, most of the time after you're done with work, you are also still having the responsibilities of a stay-at-home mother. And all the while, most men benefit from being able to have wives and have families. Being able to have a wife and a family shows commitment and leadership. And more often than not, it's often praised within men to be able to have such roles. If you were going to bring any of your colleagues over to the house, she would ensure a really good meal and a clean home for you to be able to bring your colleagues to, because why? It makes you look better. And if she does have the courage to finally leave and now needs to start all over, there are so many stigmas placed upon her solely because she has children. She will be labeled as a single mother, whereas most men will just be labeled as single. And the truth is that most men who actually understand the role of family and understand their role as a provider will actually want to be able to provide for their wives and children. And if she did want to take up a job or to work or to pursue her passions, it's encouraged only because she wants to do it, not because she feels like she has to, or that she's riding on your coattails or sucking you dry if she does decide to stay home and nurture her children. And now there are platforms and spaces where women are finally able to say, hey, this is happening to me. People are able to stand in solidarity and they're not feeling alone anymore. And that can be very scary for men like this who do not want their women to be able to understand their light, their choices, their power, and their essence as women.
And you think you're justified. I've been what? I've been doing what for 10 years?
Go back and watch this video. This husband is telling his wife that because she has not worked and she stayed at home raising their children and keeping his home, that he has carried her and he has been taking care of her for the last 10 years. And this is the devaluation of labor, of domestic labor. And this and the woman that I'm stitching comes in and says, This is why you have to have a secret job. This is why you keep secret money on the side. And I'm going to say no to that too. Like, look at how much labor. So now, on top of keeping the house, raising the children, managing and meeting the husband's needs, and then also meeting her own needs, now she has to have a secret job, a job that she keeps secret. So that is exhausting. What is the point of marriage then? See, this is because we devalue domestic labor. This is because we devalue the labor that mothers give. The reality of it is, and I just talked about this in another video, I grew up with a mom who was a stay-at-home wife. And the reality of it is the labor that my mother did made it possible for my dad to only focus on work and to be successful at work. My dad didn't have to worry about how he was going to get dinner tonight. Did he get enough groceries? Is there food? Can he make this meal? He didn't have to worry about whether the laundry was done. Is he going to have his good outfit clean for work tomorrow? He didn't have to worry about, did the kids do their homework tonight? He didn't have to worry about those things. Only thing my dad had to do was get up and go to work. And that labor is so devalued, and I talked about this, that we didn't even see it. Like me as a child, growing up in that house, up until my adult, didn't realize it until my mother passed away. And I was almost 30 years old when my mom passed away. And it was because my father had nothing and could do nothing and could produce nothing for himself. He could work a job, but he couldn't keep a roof over his head. He didn't know how to pay the bills. He didn't know what to do after my mother passed away because the labor that she provided was so invaluable. And like, if you like, so many men don't value this labor. So many men have been taught to take this labor for granted. And that's why I say you take it away and give it to yourself, because all of that time and energy that you are expending putting into someone, you could be putting it into yourself. Being alone is the new self-love.
I've been doing what for 10 years?
You've been writing on my income.
I've been writing on your income for 10 years. Being a stay-at-home mother with you wanted me.
When men are out and about climbing the corporate ladder, do their brains glitch and forget how they have the ability to do that? Like, do they forget that their ability to go out and earn the same income they're holding over their partner is possible because you have one person at home doing the job of about 10 people for free? Calling being a stay-at-home mum as riding on my income is not only disrespectful, but it's incorrect, because have you seen how much childcare costs? Or a nanny, or a cleaner, or a cook, or I don't know, a house manager? And this is why it's so important to pick your partner carefully, because a man who values you would never financially blackmail you or belittle you. And if a man does that, then I'm sure they can find the way to the door with the 3 macho brain cells that are preaching them misinformation. Another important take though is, if you have the ability to find something that enables you to put some money in your bank account as a stay-at-home mum, do it. Find something that aligns with your day, your passions, work from home roles that don't require too much mental strain, just anything to not put you in the position to have someone treat you like a prisoner or a burden. Regardless to any stay-at-home mums out there, you are doing amazing, and never doubt yourself and never forget that, because at the end of the day, even if your partner doesn't see the world in you, your child does.
I think you're justified.
I've been what? I've been doing what for 10 years?
You've been writing on my income.
I've been writing on your income for 10 years. Being a stay-at-home mother with you wanted me to.
I have been telling women for the longest time, if you're going to be a stay-at-home parent, you either need to prepare for that and make sure you have money saved, or have some little job that you can do a couple times a week, a couple hours a week, so that you always have money coming in. And listen, I totally get it that your husband is amazing and he would never do anything to hurt you. But courtrooms are full of couples who are now getting divorced who thought that other person would never do anything to them either, who was just amazing, who was their soulmate. I mean, with the exception of random people who are marrying for various other reasons, most people who get married assume that the person that they're marrying is their soulmate and is amazing. So what are we talking about here? So I just have a couple of things to ask you. If your partner, for whatever reason, randomly woke up one day and without warning, emptied out your bank account, your joint bank account, because all the money is coming from him, and disappeared, would you be okay for 3 months to several years as you wait for a court date, as y'all wait to reach an agreement? Would you be okay with nothing financial coming from him? If your partner became disabled or terminally ill and could no longer work, would you be okay? If your partner was laid off and lost their job and needed several months to find a new job, would you be okay? Now, some people are going to be able to answer yes to that because they have family and friends who might be able to help them. But unfortunately, a lot of women will probably not be okay. And answering this question will be horrifying to them. And I've made videos like this before explaining this, and I've had women say, well, I'll just pick myself up by the bootstraps and do what I have to do. As a woman who has done the picking up by the bootstraps and doing what they've had to do, let me tell you something. It's not an inspirational Hallmark card moment. It's not fun. It's very stressful, a 0 out of 10 stars, and I do not recommend. One of the worst things that any human being could do is put 100% of their trust into another human being. And, you know, we're talking about an adult putting their trust into another adult. We're not talking about a child who really has no other option but to depend on their parent. And listen, I totally get it. I don't doubt that you wouldn't be able to pick yourself up by the bootstraps. I don't doubt that your partner is amazing and that you can trust them and that they would never do anything to you and you don't have anything to worry about. But all I'm saying is it doesn't hurt to just look out for yourself and your children, because possibly at any point you might be the person that your kids depend on financially. You might be the person paying all the bills. We don't know what could happen tomorrow. We could guess, we could hope, we could have a plan that things will go well. But my thing is, what if they don't? Then what would you do?
What? I've been doing what for 10 years?
You've been writing on my income.
When I was 9 years old, one day my mom, in the morning when I was getting ready for school, looked at me in my face and said, work hard and study hard so that if you don't want to be with a man, you can just get up and go. And of course, at that time, I didn't understand what she was talking about because I was 9 years old. I knew nothing at all about life. And then later on, I realized money is freedom. Money is literally freedom. I have the option to leave a man and be good because I had enough money. I really can't tell you how many times I have encountered women that I've literally been like, why don't you just leave them? And they're like, well, who's going to pay the rent? Where am I going to go? I don't have a car. When you take years out of your life to focus on your family and you're not building credit, you're not saving money, you're not working, obviously, so you can't save money, and you're not really like putting time and effort to your career, it's going to affect you if it doesn't work. So if you are gonna stay home and give up your career and do all that for the kids or for the family or for your husband because that's what he wants, just make sure you have a backup plan. Just make sure you have a side hustle. You know, maybe work from home or sell stuff or something that you can fall back on. And the reason why I say that is because if things do get ugly, you know you can rely on yourself. Even like the little things like, oh, I just want to have a coffee so bad, or I really like those shoes. You don't have to ask for those things. I had a woman tell me once that she stopped braiding her hair because her husband said it was too expensive and that she didn't need all that. So she goes everywhere looking crazy because he doesn't want to pay for it. And if you can have your own little bank account and save money on the side, even better. You can use that for a family emergency, or you can use that for emergency for yourself. You never know. Y'all can't rely on men. Men have shown us over and over again that they will leave you behind. They will leave you behind. They will stab you in the back millions of times. You gotta watch out for yourself, ladies. Trust me. I've seen it over and over and over again. Do what you gotta do. Get your career straight. Get your savings straight.
think you're justified.
I've been what?
unpaid labor.
I've been doing what for 10 years?
You've been
I'm just going to reiterate my point from my previous video about how women need to take care of themselves. I know some of y'all have drank the Kool-Aid. I know a lot of y'all want to believe that your husbands are going to take care of you and that they really do mean until death do you part. And as a divorced woman, I'm here to tell you, it sounds great, but it's not necessarily true. At any point in time, that man can change his mind about being married to you. And if you have not set yourself up to be financially independent, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. I was married for 22 years when my husband decided that he did not want to be married to me anymore. Luckily for me, even though I put my hopes and dreams to the side and I supported him, and he sends me a nice little check every month because of that, I was still able to take care of myself financially. We all go into our marriages thinking that our husbands are going to be there for us. They may or may not. Time and time again, especially on this app, we see the true nature of how some men are. Just make sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you are able to take care of yourself in the event that he leaves.
Please go ahead and share your thought down in the comment section, because that's what we do here. We have good conversation. So go down in the comment section and share your thought. But please, please, please do it respectfully. You don't have to disrespect anybody for you to air your opinion. So let's be respectful down in the comment section. I have a lot to say, but most of the things I want to say has already been said on the stage. But first up, I want to say that as a woman, no matter how much your man loves you, because I feel like some women feels like their husband would never hurt them. But why would you, like the other sister said, why would you put your trust, your life? Why can't you just take your own life into your hand and protect yourself and secure your own life for yourself? Because I know some people say, oh, this whole life is becoming too materialistic, but that's the world we live in now. Why can't you just take the bull by the horn and make sure you are okay? And this is where I'll still go back to even having children, starting a family. I personally am one of those people that believe that if I start having children today, I'm not the one that will go for a 9 to 5 and raise my children. I want to be a hands-on mom. But also I feel like before you decided to have children, have that conversation with yourself, not even with your husband. Have that conversation with yourself. What are the sacrifices you're ready to make? Are you ready to make this type of sacrifice? How are you going to sustain yourself? Because even here in Africa, there are cases where the man just passed on, just died. This was not even a divorce. The man died and that was it. The man's family will come and take every property from the woman, and the woman will start from sub-zero. And there's a lot of women in abusive relationship, especially in Africa, especially in Nigeria. I will say that because I know situations like that, that in an abusive relationship that will stay there because they don't have their own money, because the man is the sole provider. And yeah, so before you as a woman decide, you know what, I'm going to take this, I'm going to be a wife and a mother, a stay-at-home mom, ask yourself, how is this going to benefit you as a woman? How is this going to secure you if anything go wrong? If this man is not in the picture today, will you be able to sustain yourself? Do you have a skill that you can do from home? Do you need to hire help? Sort that part out for yourself. And clearly, let's talk about the men. Most of these men don't really know how much effort that goes into taking care of a household. Most of these men, I feel like it's going home and abroad, whatever color they are. Some men, not all, some men don't know what it takes for a home to be functional, for you to come to a home that it's organized, things are done, things are just organized, things are working in the home. A lot of men don't get it. They don't know how it works. And that's why when women leave, maybe in terms of divorce or that, they always struggle. And for a man to see that those stress that a woman goes through and then seeing it as like it's nothing, like I feel like there should be like a month in a year where roles are switched, where women allow the men to do all the domestic work, and then probably they provide for the month. Let me come back to women again, because I have to. Because after having kids, sometimes after having kids, you spend, like this woman spent 10 years of her life. It's even hard to get back into work. And this is where I would advise women: learn a skill, see things you can do from home, like I said before, and don't solely rely on another human being. Like for me, I even find that's even a sin as a person, for you as a human being working on this earth at this time, at this economy that we are, for you to be relying on another human being. Anyway, guys, let me know your thought about this video down in the comment section. Love to read what you think about all this. So please go down in the comment section and share your thought. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have good conversation. So go ahead and share your thought down in the comment section. Okay. With that all said, guys, please give this video a thumbs up. Please smash the like button, because that helps YouTube to push out my content to more people, and that will be you supporting my channel. So please smash the like button, leave a comment, share this video, and also subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Okay, with that all said, I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.